Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. Today's adventure brings us to Kissimmee, Florida. The thoroughfare you see running past the sign is Highway 192, my old stomping grounds. In fact, back in early 2010 when I first started uploading content onto YouTube, a heck of a lot of it took place down this road, but it's been a while since I documented and traversed this pathway. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you? If you'd like to follow along at home on a map, I will be heading westward, starting at the intersection of Orange Blossom Trail, which is called Main Street in this area, and going all the way up about 20 miles to the dead end of Highway 27, turning around and coming back, checking out the weird, wacky, and unusual things on each side of the road. Since last time I was here, this Kmart has closed. It's now abandoned. A company I worked for about 5 years. I worked at the one down the road. It closed first. But this one held strong for a little while. But now it's been erased from existence. Which is kind of par for the course for a lot of businesses around here. When my family first moved here in the early 90s, this was a surf shop. Later became a buffet. Now it sits empty. About 20 years or so, if you would have turned down this inclined driveway, would have taken you to the parking lot of not only the Viking Motel, which sat there, but also the entrance to River Adventure Golf, where I was employed for a short while. This really does bring back some serious memories. Customers would begin their round of miniature putt-putt right over there. One hole in particular I got really good at. On slow days, I would come down here. You can see where the concrete still is, and some of the moss has grown over. But the destination, where the ball went, is right there. There's the hole. I would always play this hole. This was the first of all of them. So I just come down here, stand right over there, putt the ball along. I got pretty good at this particular one. Not a whole lot left from those days, except the lights. Modern day, there's lots of shrubs, probably some snakes and gators down in that foliage. Wouldn't recommend running around in there. However, if you want to send them a letter, the mailbox is still here on site. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, not everything is closed. Congo River course, still going strong. It's been open as far back as I can remember. There's the Queen, the boat there in the water. One thing you don't see too often in tourist areas are these huge markers with numbers stretching all up and down the streets. The reason they did this is to give directions. Say you went to a store and you were looking for your hotel or an attraction, the employee or a local could tell you, oh, it's over near mile marker 12. Except I've never heard anyone actually do that. They usually just give you the cross streets. I don't think this game plan worked out the way they thought it would. I like the bus stops. Very unique looking. Notice the turtle clock there at the top of the roof. Now we're getting into the section that I really enjoy. The gift shops. I doubt they still do 20-minute photo developing. That's a thing of the past. But check out this artwork all along the side. It's amazing. Big old alligator there on the side. Whoa! These people in the hot air balloon are getting a little too close. Watch out! He bites! I'm curious to know if these tourist info center stands are as prevalent and popular as they once were now that the internet's out there. There's still a few of them around, however. I just wonder if anyone utilizes them. Straight ahead is the Magic Castle Inn and Suites. Used quite a bit in a movie called The Florida Project, where the main characters stayed here. And right next door, a helicopter is landing, getting back from a tour. For a few bucks, you can go up inside one of those copters and get a bird's eye of the area. I might pass on that today. What does that phone next to the registration desk entrance do? It's super old school. And why is it in a glass box like that? Oh, yes. While we're on the subject of bizarre things. The Wizard. I love this guy. It's good to see he's still standing strong. I bet the helicopter tour going overhead probably is looking down thinking, what the heck? There's even a couple fire-breathing dragons painted on either side of the banner they're holding. I love it so much. Your daily dose of vitamin C would be complete if you stuck a rather large straw on the top of this. That's big. And the side of the building, as always, reminding us it's always in the best interest of others to share. This truly is a marvel of citrus glory. I'm glad it's still here for all to see, including those grabbing a bite to eat at Waffle House. Unless you're walking, most people don't even realize this, but on the back side of these ground level billboards are brochures, pamphlets, and magazines, all free, just showing what's all around this tourist area. Just reach out, open it up, and grab one. This one is adorned with a classic car hot rod in the middle, surrounded by Elvis to the right, Marilyn Monroe to the left, and a jukebox there on the corner. And adjacent to this property is yet another one with the facade painted. Very patriotic indeed. Even an eagle right there on the side, co-joined with Machine Gun America, where you can rattle off a few rounds if you so choose. I guess they must be doing well, because here's a brand new one. Look at the size of that one. It's probably the biggest one on Highway 192. A slight jungle theme to this one. Elephants, tigers. I think I even see a gorilla up there. A zebra on the woodwork. Not just that, but also the rock formations down here have been painted. All sorts of tropical animals. That frog is looming down at the parrot. Does it even know it's watching him from above? Word of warning, however, a lot of these places don't take kindly to filming inside. You can take photos and video outdoors, but once you go inside with the camera, they don't like it too much. Some sea life is happening. There's a manatee, some penguins. This is around the back of the building. The front is a little bit more impressive. A mermaid of enormous size next to her lighthouse, just swimming around through the air, or should I say through the sea. You just have to take my word for it, but in that store they have gadgets and gizmos aplenty. They've got who's its and what's its galore, but if you want a thingamabob, they might be sold out. This one states that it's the #1 gift shop. I don't know what the ranking system is though, because I must admit, from the outside perspective, this one looks much more spectacular. The customers at that CC's Pizza can be very disappointed if that volcano blows. Oh, wait a second. No, it's not a volcano. It's just a rock formation with a waterfall. Woo! That would be dangerous. I've reached the farthest westward portion of Highway 192. If you continue in this direction, it suddenly turns into Highway 27 without any notice whatsoever. I'm now going to head back eastbound and see if it's a little more wacky the opposite way. See what happens. Looks like we got Shamu and another member of his immediate family. A wolf howling, and that awning that leads to an inaccessible door, there's a polar bear. I'm starting to think a lot of these facades are all painted by maybe the same person or the same company decades ago. Sea lions just basking in the sun. Really hard to differentiate the side of the wall from the real clouds. Nicely done. If you want to keep a lake secret, probably not the best idea to advertise it on the street sign. Oh, that guy just went through that light really quickly. This whole area has definitely changed over the past few years. A while back, this was known as Splendid China, a theme park. Now it's owned by Jimmy Buffett. He's putting up a Margaritaville resort. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun when it's completed, equipped with even a water park. Came around to the back end. It looks like this gate is the only remaining artifact from the splendid China days. Not allowed to go in there because it is a construction zone, but also these metal pieces that are all broken up, they are also original, as is the wall. But everything inside, completely gone. Back when the theme park was built, so was this shopping center. One thing is gone, but another still remains. Oh wow, and indoors, I have to say this is pretty amazing that it still exists. For one reason or another, this place slipped past my radar. I had no idea it was here till now. Directly above the produce section is a panda and his friends. Next to the registers where the magazines are, there's even a little moat, a bridge. There's water inside a grocery store. There weren't a whole lot of customers in there. The marketing idea about putting it next to Splendid China probably sounded good at first, but then when they closed, whamp, 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 whamp. There's a giraffe. Stop! There's a giraffe. Well, actually there's two of them. I always love that kid up there giving the thumbs up. Love thumbs ups. Don't be deceived. This is not the same wizard we saw earlier. There's two of them. There's two wizard gift shops, east and westbound. Nice. I have one major question. The tree to the left of the screen, why is it so frightening? Has its mouth open, has some eyes on the tree limbs. Very scary looking, right? Always like to stop off and see Big Fun, the monster truck used in the movie Roadhouse with the Swayze dog. And Patrick Swayze, that's the nickname. I think that's what he goes by. And the Ferris wheel at Old Town looking rather glorious. It's made to appear as if you're in a hot air balloon with the ride vehicle attached to it. But in reality, you're not in a hot air balloon, you're just attached to a very tall spinning wheel. I never went in this attraction / movie theater when it was open. It wasn't really available to the public for too long. It's been sitting empty for years. To tell you the truth, I really don't know exactly what it even is. It's called the Anti-Gravity Theater. Do you float around in there, or did you float around in there while you watched a film? Huh. There was a period in time where this was called the Haunted Mansion. Obviously didn't last because I'm pretty sure Disney owns the copyright on that name. But the building still stands. It's used for something else now. A church, I believe. Pretty impressive looking, nonetheless. I kind of miss the huge gator that used to be in this parking lot. I was always told it was the second biggest in the world. A structure that started here, you can see where the new pavement is, stretched all the way down near the highway itself at the Gator Motel, appropriately named. And this building also still sits empty and abandoned. A former roadside zoo. The sign is asking not to go past that point over the bridge. Doesn't look too structurally sound either way, nor does this gooey waterway. Look at all the green algae on top of it. Wonder if there's any real live alligators down in there. You can almost picture the cascading waterfall careening down that rock formation. It's been a while, but kind of still see it in your mind's eye if you try. There be pirates in this, I don't know why I'm talking like that. I was gonna say there's pirates in this lake. You see them traversing the side of their ship here at this miniature golf course. And those are headstones. It says rest in peace. That's what happens if you don't get a hole-in-one. It's pretty terrifying tourist attraction. That's going to do it for today. If you're new here, please subscribe. By doing so, it helps keep you in the loop, up to date on future adventures I will be going on, endeavors in my life, as well as uploads here on this channel. If you enjoyed this particular episode, up and down the jaunt, down the weird, the wacky, the unusual, and the strange things on Highway 192 in Kissimmee, around the Walt Disney World area. Not on property, but just outside, just shy by an inch or so. Give it a big thumbs up. Lets me know you care. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.